rising Venus signs and cross watchers. Welcome to your 5-card draw. What do I need read for this new moon in Libra to full moon in Aries, September into October 2022. I'm your reader. Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short. They're my initials. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, 24 years in service, author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, available on Kindle. There's a link in the description box. You can preview the book if you like for free. A lot of the wisdom that I've gained way before I had Drawing the Circle Productions, but all throughout, is in that book, Words of Grace. Distilled it, chakra chapters. Each chapter is a different chakra. I think you'll dig it. If you dig it, go check it out, because I'm also a creator on Patreon. I am a busy witch. Patreon.com/drawing the circle. Lovely subscription platform. I highly recommend it to the artistic, the creative, the people who are looking for some financial support in order to do their art, their work, their service in this world right now. We've got humans, heroes, angels, witches, immortals, gods, goddesses as our subscription levels. Each one has different benefits, but they all have access to the extended readings that I do, all the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube. They get access to Vimeo on demand stuff that you'd have to pay per view individually if you wanted to, depending on your level. Each one gets different ones. Gods, goddesses get everything on the platform that I got to give. And I do stream every morning in an unlisted YouTube live stream link, so you can come and chat with me. I'm usually always on the couch, it seems. Cup of coffee, hair doing what it's going to do. Talking about the day's astrological weather, the spiritual implications, the magical applications. Always end with a little prayer, a little blessing, a little song, a little dance, a little magic in our pants. It's a great way to kick off the day, building a lovely community over there. So if you're interested in something a little deeper, a little bit more magic, a little bit more miracle, a little bit more mysticism, a little bit more Mal, come Patreon on Patreon. I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons, but you can just call me Mal. Hey. Keep it light. Let's have fun with this. Yay! Let's get down to business, shall we? My aqualungs, my aquariums. If you are new to the channel, a 5-card draw is just one card from 5 different decks, getting you clues, tips, and hints about a specific astrological timeline. In this case, a waxing moon timeline, from new to full, so that you can plant a seed, an intention, a spell, whatever it is your art form of manifestation is, to the new moon, and help it grow, build in a healthy way, waxing, building, expanding, manifesting, whatever you want to call it, to the full moon. These 5 decks also represent the 5 magical elements: fire, earth, air, water, spirit. This is fire in my hand. To do that, right, to give you clues, tips, and hints about that process. Now, let's take a look at the timeline. I need my glasses for this because I had a contact lens secede from the Union down the bathroom sink a week ago today, I think, and they are in the mail, so to speak. So I need this to look at the numbers. Bear with me. We are looking at the new moon in Libra. Sunday, the 25th of September at 5:54 p.m. Now, Libra moon on Sunday. Any magic, any intention work you do on a Sunday, you're dealing with solar energy, success, clarity, vision, like the Sun card in tarot, right? So a wonderful day for social justice, healthy relationships, healthy romance, all that. Plant a seed. Let's watch it grow to the full moon in Aries on Sunday, the 9th of October, but before it goes full, Mercury goes direct October 2nd, and then Pluto goes direct on October 8th, the day before the full moon. This is a lot. This is just a lot going on. There's a lot going on in my personal life. I'm probably, maybe, sort of in a bidding war for a house in Saratoga. My parents are there. Obviously, I'm not. I'm on Long Island, right? But, you know, a lot could happen over the next 2 weeks. So it is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs. Standard YouTube reading rules apply. Check your other signs to get more information about the timeline we're about to get, because your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign may have different clues, tips, and hints about the same thing, the same seed, if you will, the same intention. Or maybe you got 4 different ones, because that happens a lot. Mine have been working out so far really well, right? Like just looking at what's in front of me, I've got I'm Leo rising. The mantra for that one is creating cooperation, and don't it show up again in my Venus and Libra. It saves a little time. My Virgo one, I've got Pisces moon, right? So we'll get there. So both feet on the floor if you can. Don't need these anymore. Focus on your breath, if you will. And I promise you, I will do my best to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace so that you can manifest your element of fire, what you yearn for, what you burn for, what your heart really desires, those core soul passions, because we did not choose them. We were assigned those. They're written into the script before we ever incarnated. So as you fulfill your heart's desire, you're helping everybody fulfill their heart's desires, because we're all one. Please take a nice deep breath. You know, quantum whatever, string theory, blah, blah, blah. Still point. Yeah, let's throw down. Using the magical spell cards by Lucy Cavendish for the element of fire. I call upon the ancestors of magic, miracles, and mysticism for the Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers, because if the cross-watchers apply this to themselves, their own energy field, whatever hits the table, they will heal, they will wax, they will expand, they will manifest, and they will automatically be holographically helping the Aquarian they're cross-watching for do the same, as well as everyone in the whole collective. That's just how it works. It's a lot of math. Please don't make me do it. Beloved ancestors, so please, one card in clarity. What's the spell fragment? To represent their element of fire, what they yearn for, what they burn for, what their hearts desire, the seed they plant, this new to full, this beautiful new to full, September, October 2022, harvest, right on time. Literally at the time of this recording, Mabon autumnal equinox was yesterday. Put out a video for Patreon. Everybody else will get it eventually. The crown jewel. Harvest. Mabon the second harvest, right? Literally in that at the time of this recording. So what's written here? As the waves of the ocean are infinite, and the trees in the forest grow tall, let my work now bring me to harvest. I am ready to receive my all. So you can see that, well, reaping, harvesting is a little bit more waning moon, but it is the gathering in. Sun's in Libra right now, and rooting for Libra for the harvest, because you're weighing, right? How much wheat versus how much barley? How much are we giving you? How much are we taking, right? So interesting to harvest, and it's so general. I mean, there could be in a relationship, it could be all sorts of other twisted, fucked up ways that my sense of humor, my genetically inherited sense of humor can go to. So let's ground it a bit with the element of earth. We're using the Crystal Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno. I adore this deck. If you have the stone indicated, the gem, the mineral, you want to use it as a touchstone, as a, I don't know, a magical tool. You use a piece of jewelry, anything. If you have it, great. Rock, you do you. If not, clear quartz does everything. So you could grab a clear quartz for sure, a rock from outside, a piece of jewelry, just a touchstone, even just a reminder to like, oh right, a 2-week period, let me work the mantra and remember, you know, what the guidance and grace was. Cool? Let's see what hits the table. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. I love this one so much. Call upon my beloved Archangel Ariel, one of the archangels of the north powers of earth, the Archangel of Lyons, of which I was named after. Please, one card in clarity for the element of earth. The fuel to feed the fire and help them ground and manifest their heart's desire, perhaps by taking action in the physical world. What is your guidance, grace, love, wisdom, and power for them? The fuel to feed the fire of harvest, which is their heart's desire, this beautiful new to full September, October 2022. Amethyst, I think that's a birthstone for you guys. You're Pisces, well, you know, it could be the month, right? Because Pisces and Aquarius and Pisces share a month. I mean, it's easy to find. I mean, you're an Aquarian. Chances are you have. I think every Aquarian I know has a piece of amethyst somewhere on their person at all times. So I'm going to read you the Oracle message. I mean, obviously we're looking at crown chakra stuff, third eye stuff, and it pretty much opened right to it. Keywords: spirituality, positive transformation. Oh, this could be like the shadow worky one. And meditation, yeah. Okay, so there's some shadow work here. Now, before we get there, like I said, harvest. The second harvest, Mabon, autumnal equinox at the time of this recording, is definitely the letting go, the releasing, the harvesting, but the reaping that which you have sown. So you are being urged to embrace your shadow side. Take an inventory of all those aspects of yourself that you are afraid to show the world because you perceive them to be bad or inadequate. And that's what the shadow is. It's what we don't want to look at in ourselves, so we repress it. Or if we do know about it, we don't want anybody else to know about it, so we hide it, and it just goes through the personal subconscious into the collective unconscious and turns up in all sorts of weird, wacky, toxic ways out in the world. What is repressed must be projected. Psychological law. Meditate on these qualities, acknowledge them, see how they serve both you and others. And that can be an ongoing mental process, but you got to get up into the higher chakras to see it clearly. The third eye on its own will not help. Then love them and bring them into your heart, right? Hey, who ain't got pain? Right? The soul doesn't. The soul is an immortal being. It goes from lifetime to lifetime to lifetime in a linear experience. The higher self experiences all of our lives simultaneously. Right? But we're the heroes on the journey in human form, right? Who ain't got pain? We inherited pain biologically, right? The ancestral patterns, the DNA that's been affected by the chemicals of emotions for ever on planet Earth, pretty much, right? Societal conditioning, we don't need no education, we don't need no thought control. I mean, the whole 9 yards, right? When you realize that every aspect of you serves a purpose, not a reason, a purpose. Reason is a human invention. Purpose is mystical but divine. There will be no need to deny half of who you are. Just be yourself and understand that there is nothing in your life to fix. There are simply aspects of yourself yearning to be embraced and loved. Now, harvesting the gold from that lead alone, the healing from that hurt, the peace from that pain is worth it, and it is a hero's healing journey. Having been on it for such a long time and still am. This is a time of profound change, a time of positive transformation, which will have a lasting impact on every area of your life, and to some degree on those around you. Okay, so some kind of harvest. Now, just looking back at this spell, if you've been doing shadow work, if you've been doing the healing, like over the past 2 weeks, from the full to new, right? The waning part of it, particularly the last 3 days, dark moon. I'm soaking in it right now. Dark moon in Virgo before the new moon in Libra on Sunday. You know, if you've done that, then this is like, okay, let my work bring me to harvest. I'm ready to receive my all. It's like, maybe done the work. You've done the work, right? And you're ready to receive just the benefit, like I do in the 8-card draw shadow reads, from full to new. The gold hidden in with the lead, because the lead has 3 more atoms to gold. It's all about alchemy, location, location, location. Shall we? Your sign for the element of air. We are using the Healing with the Angels Oracle. 2 ways to interpret these. I find both are helpful. One is whatever the words are that are presented on the card itself. Think about it. Read about it. Contemplate it. Look it up. I'm serious. Looking back to the original meanings of words. The oranges of words. Great. The origins of words has personally in my own readings, the ones I do here, all sorts of things. It takes something general and makes it so specific. It's like, that's what that means. That makes sense. And that little piece of the puzzle that you couldn't get to fit, click, Clicks right in. The other is that these are healing angels. You call upon them, they will come. They don't come unless they're called. It's just how it works. Law of cosmic non-intervention. But if you go, help, they'll come. That's a bit general, right? This is to help you tune to, pray to, I don't know, light a candle, do something, some incense, burn some sage, right? Call them in, because they know exactly what to do. That's why we're asking them. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon the angels and the archangels of air, the sign of Aquarius, powers of the East, Archangel Raphael and the Raphaelite legions, please, one card in clarity for the Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video. It tickled receiving this reading. The element of air, which is necessary to stoke that fire, what they yearn for, what they burn for, that heart's desire, with that vibe of Amethyst, that if there has been shadow work, there are just things within them calling for love. Those aspects of self, they're not really who we are. We're immortal beings. We're of divine creation. We come from outside of time and space. That's what eternal means, right? So these are our wounds, pains, shadows, calling to be loved. So who are the angels, right? Waiting in the wings with their wings, ready to zoom in at the slightest invitation for the Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers, so their element of air. This beautiful, beautiful September, October 2022, your own guardian angel. The guardian angel is your higher self, trust me. The Golden Dawn said it. Solara said it. I used to work for her. Actual person, not the Toyota, although I love that they named a Toyota that. And one of my Aquarian friends was probably laughing her ass off right now. I might send this to her anyway. So look, the guardian angel, right? Why is some angel following your shit around every moment, every day? A little voyeuristic, if you ask me. No, that is the higher self that experiences all of this simultaneously, right? Like, it's a unity thing. It's where we come from. Then you put a bunch of guardian angels together, you get an archangel. They're sort of like clubs, right? So an arc of angels, if you will. So, call, say hi. They're there anyway, right? They are in you, not just above you, floating around the ways. It's like, oh, another fucking parking space. I know, right? Oh, asphalt angel of grace, make for us a parking space. I got a million of those, honey. I should have written for Charmed. But this makes it very much a solo thing. And, as our relationship to our shadow and our wounds, when we come from a loving place, we're actually coming with the love that our higher selves has for us who are still down here in the game. That's how it works. That's how you come into alignment. Love is the answer. But, what you can harvest from that is huge, life-changing. Absolutely life-changing. In this card, one of the keywords, positive transformation. So yeah, it sucks. I'm sure the cookie dough does not enjoy being baked to become a cookie, right? If we were to go to but once it comes out, this is from Matt Kahn, it comes out, it's like, oh, right, look at me. Crispy crunchy on the outside, chewy gooey on the inside, right? Chocolate chip cookie dough man. Evolved, right? So work this. This is higher self now. Now we have stepped into the realm of the higher self, the divinity, the god, goddess, right? Human, hero, immortal, god, ego, personality, soul, higher self, right? So let's see the emotional component, the element of water, the Whispers of Love Oracle. Oh my God, I have been saying her name. Her name just shot out of my head, and of course you think I'm going to be able to see it without my glasses. She does the Ganesh Oracle. Angela Hartfield. Thank you, Spirit Guide. I couldn't see that with these eyes. I had to see it with this one. Angela Hartfield. The higher selves of all involved. Now, this may affect people around you. That means that their higher selves are involved, right? If you're cross-watching, obviously you and the cross-watchee, I guess is the correct term, are in on this. But because it is literally the higher self card, and you're an air sign, the guardian angel card in the air position, What's the emotional, right? What's the heart part? Love never goes out of style, no matter how high you go in vibrational dimension and overtone, levels of consciousness, love never goes out of style because it's the truth of who we are. Please take a nice deep breath. Fear is but love that has forgotten itself. Still point. Oh, we're dealing some serious 11th house philosophy, aren't we? Okay. As I call upon the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, please, what is the whisper of love? For the Aquarian Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, the element of water, the juice to dispel, the divine power. Love is divine power, sacred truth of the heart chakra, anahata. Please, what do you got for them? The water to juice their what they burn for, their element of fire, what they burn for, what they yearn for, what their hearts desire, with the positive transformation, the meditation and the spirituality that they probably have under their belts anyway, but just to kind of do it anyway so they can harvest from that with the help, the guidance, the grace, the understanding, the love, the wisdom, the power of their own higher self, the guardian angel assigned to them, yeah, more them from a 5th dimension and above 8th chakra perspective. I'm thinking yes. Please leave the card in my hand, the element of water, for the Aquarians and cross watchers this beautiful, beautiful September, October 2022. Demonstrate love. Action is required. Demonstrate love. Find out what is important to the people you love and act on it. And sometimes, and I will be honest with you, particularly after the pandemic, still people are doing what they need to do. Let's leave people alone if they need to be left alone. And you know, aquariums are good at that, right? Distant, whew, but y'all just don't pull back. You pull back and up. And if you're pulling back up and up into your higher self over this 2-week period, you will be inspired how to demonstrate love. You don't have to strategize and think about what if they do that, and if I do that, what if that happens, right? No. That might very well be an indication of something that needs love. So it feels like you've planted some seeds, you've invested, right? If your heart's desire is about harvesting, again, this could be in so many different ways. This could even be financially, if you wanted to, right? The internal work, the spiritual work indicated by the Amethyst, doesn't matter what it's about on the outside in a general read that way. What you want is return on your investment. Oh, so last card down. So you demonstrate love. And that's a beautiful thing. Brings it into action. Our card of spirit, a healing mantra from the Matt Kahn Healing Mantra deck. I really love his work. This deck is wonderful. I use it myself. I know all of these mantras, but I don't know all of the words in this book, which is why I read it from the bookie book, because Matt says it better than I could. And the card of spirit to charge it, all right? So you take the mantra, piece of amethyst, cast for harvest, intend for harvest, calling in your guardian angel with the intention to demonstrate love somehow. Even if that's to yourself, right? That's demonstrating love to yourself. It's like, no, my wounded child is afraid of going there, so we may or may not go, but let's talk. I love you. What can I do to help you feel better about this? We really don't want to go. We don't have to go, right? Like that kind of stuff. Yeah. Let's see what hits the table. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Anybody else here? Let's call upon the Ascended Masters of the General Assembly. What kind of ethereal, otherworldly Aquarian music is that? Please, one card in clarity. Wow, for the Aquarian Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video and receiving this reading. That shifted the energy big time in a good way. Please, the perfect healing mantra, the card of spirit. To help the Aquarian Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, charge they energize their element of fire, of harvest, what they yearn for, what they burn for, what their hearts desire, understanding that there's a positive transformation going, and it's just parts of them calling to be loved, and some of them have been passed down since Og hit Grog with a club to steal fire, Prometheus 2, whatever, and for them to call upon their guardian angel. No one knows them better. There is no separation. There just appears to be one. Ego, personality, soul, and higher self, so that they can demonstrate love, to really bring that love into action, finding out what the people they love need, maybe even those parts of themselves inside of themselves, and take action on it. The mantra, to charge it, make it clear, make it obvious, make it simple, make it healing. For the Aquarian Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Signs, and Cross Watchers, this beautiful, beautiful September-October 2022. Last card down. Opening my mind, I allow myself to see beyond my beliefs and ideas. Air sign. Fixed air. Y'all can fixate on a thought. But fixed air is also the stratosphere. It's the upper level, beyond the ionosphere, or whatever. I don't remember. Please don't make me do math. Right? To see things from a satellite point of view, the larger picture. Humanitarian. We are the world. We are the children. Link, Pink, Swarmade. The whole nine yards. How your creativity, 11th house, expresses itself in the world. Your relationship to the world through your creativity. The way you're manifesting your life. So, opening my mind. Now, I'm not saying, so let me add to that. Aquarians are usually more open-minded. You're ruled by Uranus. I can't, I'm sorry, I'm still, that little child in me still giggles every time it hears that word. So you are rebellious. You're willing to look outside the box, usually. But then once you find something, you could be a little laser beamy, and that's, depending. It's called obstinate, single-pointed focus in the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, right? It's a good thing. It's just what's it pointed at. Opening my mind. I think there's only like one letter O in here. No, it's not. I guess there's another story of O in here. Opening my mind, I allow myself to see beyond my beliefs and ideas. Now, I'm going to tell you, underline the word allow, because only you can do that. Only you can allow yourself to see beyond your beliefs and ideas. Who am I kidding? That's in microphone at this point. When your mind opens, you're no longer limited by fearful beliefs or at odds with your own healing journey, which is totally in that Amethyst thing. Totally there. With an open mind, you are aware of a bigger cosmic picture. Guardian angel can help with that, considering that's its neighborhood, where your personal life ushers in your highest potential by uplifting the consciousness of humanity. That's the gig. That's what we're here to do. We're all one. So every time any one of us takes a step forward in consciousness, in healing, on the hero's journey, whatever you want to call it, manifesting their heart's desire, it shifts timelines for the whole planet, in all of humanity. As your mind opens, life is not just centered around your personal gains and losses, but shining your light for the well-being of all, wherever you happen to be. And you can't have a thought of lack without fear, and you cannot have a thought of fear without lack. The same thing, right? The fear of loss, lack, and all that. So, you just open your mind. I don't know. Grant me the maiden grace of humility to know that I don't know, but I'm willing to be shown the truth. Words of grace from a professional witch. This mantra is ideal for ending the inner negotiation with the ego, which is like, well, but if instead of what if I do that? What if I do that? But if that happens, well, what if you're trying to talk yourself out of what's right in front of you, right? Ending the inner negotiation with the ego, unraveling self-sabotage, and confronting the inevitability of loss, because all that rises falls. Except the eternal within us. That's the bedrock. Instead of the shifting sand. And I just paraphrased Jesus from New Testament. But what can I tell you? A true mystic takes truth and processes it, no matter where it comes from. And oftentimes it's a sorting process. Right? So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to put this together in what we call a blessimation. Lovely word we came up with over on Patreon. Thank you, Kimberly, if you're watching. a blessing and a summation at the same time. And then after that, I'm going to hang around a little bit for the closing part. I like to chat a little bit as I release the collective, in this case, the Aquarians and the Cross Watchers, usually by letting the goofy within fly free, because it's so restrained. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Here we go. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and Cross Watchers watching this video and receiving this reading, may they be blessed with all that they need to manifest their heart's desire by opening their mind, that they allow themselves to see beyond their beliefs and ideas so that they can demonstrate love. And again, maybe not just people in the horizontal outside world, but how about the inside world there, particularly perhaps calling upon their own guardian angel, their own higher selves, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, so that maybe that guardian angel, that higher self, can demonstrate love to them, through them, for their well-being and for the well-being of all. Understanding that there is a positive transformation going on here. This is a waxing moon reading. But there are parts of self that have been judged as less than evil, dark, lead, and they are calling for love. Another Matt Contra healing, another Matt Con healing mantra, demystifying darkness. My shadow shows me where my love needs to be sent, perhaps so that they can harvest that gold from the lead. The peace from the pain, and the return on their investment in the work they've already done. Because as the waves of the ocean are infinite, and the trees in the forest grow tall, very waxing moon, let their work now bring them to harvest, for they are ready to receive their all, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So would it be? And so it is. Well, it made sense. It made sense. Look, the inner work, as within, so without. As above, so below. Blah, 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 blah. Got some emerald tablets. Be careful. Make sure you take 2 a day. They were big and chunky and ancient. Did you like it? Hit the thumbs up, right? It'll help the other aquariums find it. If you want more of me here on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe. I'm not stopping. I may be moving my home. We'll see. We're watching what happens next. But I'm going to do my best to put out content every single day, even if it means scheduling things ahead of time, so you might want to hit that notification bell. And if you want the deeper experience, I don't know, more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more fan-thwarping, more Mal, then come Patreon on Patreon. Patreon.com/drawing the circle. I highly recommend it. I love it. If you're an artist, creative, I'm telling you, look into it for yourself. Very versatile, very freeing, decent guidelines, but not only fans, because I don't know if I'm going to take that career change in my life. I may not. Choices. And if you want to book me for a private reading, easy enough to do. There is a link in the description box, booking a reading with Mal, a video I did last year explaining it all for you, how much I charge, how long it lasts, how to prepare, and even how to cool down afterwards. I think it's safe to say it explains it all for you, just like Clarissa. It's so stupid. I love it. Hey, Mel, you are. My Taurus sun popped up to say hi. So seriously, wishing you all the very, very best and the very, very blessed of this beautiful new to fall. September, October 2022. Hang in there. I love you, and may you meet your harvest in the best way possible. Now, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.